Good morning, all you beautiful people, and welcome to this Monday's episode 5 in your Perseverance Under Pressure podcast. All right, guys, so we've talked about quite a few things in the first 4 episodes. Patience was our last topic of discussion. Today we're going to talk about discipline/willpower, okay? And what the difference is and how you need both of these. So, as a professional wrestler, one of the hardest things for me was my drug of choice has always been sugar. That has been what created. I loved candy, chocolate, cake, cookies, pies. I was a sweet type of guy. I am a sweet guy. That's why I'm so sweet in real life now. But anyways, you are what you eat, guys. You are what you eat. If I eat sweet, I be sweet. Anyways, I know, super cheesy. I apologize. But getting back on topic, we're going to talk about discipline. So as a professional wrestler, you have to, have willpower to make different choices that are going to lead you either closer to your goal, or you're making choices that are going to lead you further away from that goal. And my goal was to make it to WWE. My goal was to be a professional wrestler, to look like a professional wrestler, to feel like a professional wrestler, and to perform like a athlete, like a professional wrestler. So I want to real quick define what the difference is. Willpower is defined as the ability to delay gratification or resist short-term temptations in order for you to meet the long-term goal. Okay? So what that really means is, if we're out to dinner and I know that I'm going to be wrestling this weekend and I'm really craving that piece of chocolate cake, I'm going to have willpower to say, you know what, that's not going to help me. I'm going to feel like crap. I'm going to be bloated. I don't want to, even though I do want to. But let me pick the chicken and rice with the broccoli, because that's the better choice in this moment. So I'm resisting the short-term temptation of the taste of chocolate cake and how it feels and taste in your mouth and your taste buds, and I'm going to trade that for broccoli and rice and chicken. So willpower is having enough in you to say no to something that you know isn't going to be beneficial for you. Now, discipline, on the other hand, is a long-term system of habits and or routines that make a desired action automatic. Once your actions become automated from discipline, you no longer need to rely as much on willpower, because the discipline is a long-term habit that has been created from willpower. So, the more that I was willing to forego my desserts for broccoli and rice cakes and protein shakes and, chicken and steak and fish, the more I was creating a disciplined habit where it wasn't any longer becoming a challenge to, I really want that cake, and I know I shouldn't, I got to use my willpower. It just became automated, where it was like, nope, I'm wrestling, nope, WWE is around the corner, nope, there is no time, there is no need for this, it's not even an option. The routine is chicken rice, rice cake, protein shake, peanut butter banana, back to protein shake. The discipline and the willpower that I used in the beginning became the habit of creating discipline. And then the discipline was my automated routine, where I didn't need to use willpower because it wasn't even a thought. It was just automated, right? So another thing would be, what's a non-negotiable in your world? For me, I'm not a wrestler anymore. I've allowed myself to slip on the discipline when it comes to the dietary component. I still think I look relatively good. My nipple keeps popping out, but you know, it is what it is. My chest and lats are so big. But I've allowed myself some leeway. I don't need as much discipline as I did, perhaps, because I'm not going out and wrestling in front of 1,000 people or 500 people or 10,000 people. I'm not on TV. I'm not wearing little tiny trunks, showing off 80% of my body every single night or every single weekend. Now I feel good for me. If I start feeling like I'm eating too many sweets, I'm going to have the discipline to pull myself back and start to say, okay, once a week you get a treat and the rest you're eating clean. And so that's something that I've always had. But a non-negotiable for me is working out. That is something probably maybe a little bit to a detriment, but that is the discipline. I have been in the gym almost as many days as there are in the year. So for me, if I'm at the gym 325 days out of 365, that's a good goal. I'm probably in the gym closer to like 340 out of 365. But for me, the discipline of getting up, getting to the gym, moving my body, feeling better about myself, whether I'm just doing some stretching, some yoga, some foam rolling, whether I'm just sitting on the bike and I'm typing on my phone doing business, I'm still being productive because that habit, that routine has been drilled into my brain and I feel better. So if I feel better, why would I not do it, right? In the beginning, people want to lose weight, people want to change their body tone, they want to do, strength competitions. You have to start with willpower to create discipline for those habits that become second nature, where you don't think about it. You wake up, you're at the gym. Now the rest of the day can look like a certain way. Even on New Year's and Christmas and Thanksgiving, my focus, the primary non-negotiable is I like to wake up, start my day, down my pre-workout, and get my body moving. It doesn't matter if it's Christmas, it doesn't matter if it's New Year's, it doesn't matter. Every day is like Groundhog Day when it comes to the discipline. The routine is the routine. It feels good, it makes me feel good, it pulls me into a healthier lifestyle. Why wouldn't I do that? So we want to have discipline we want to, but you need to. You need to be disciplined if you want to grow business, if you want to grow your relationship, if you want to do anything, build your finances, whatever it is, you need discipline. And one of the biggest things that I've seen in today's day and age is there is a lack, not even just a lack of discipline, there's a lack of willpower. People don't have willpower anymore. They fall into the comfort of neglecting themselves, neglecting their partners, neglecting their health, their mental health, their finances, right? Look at Black Friday and all of these sales that people have. Today's day and age, people don't need anything, but they're so programmed and they have so little willpower that they see something goes on sale like a big screen TV. Well, I'm going to go spend the money. I don't have the $600, but it's cheaper than the $1,000, so it's on sale. So I'm going to go put this on a credit card and I'm going to spend this, even though I should probably be spending my money somewhere else. Lack of willpower. That also creates sporadic actions, and then again, are you thinking clearly and logically? Are you in control, or are you running on a program? Is something else controlling you, your mind, your emotion, or again, a program that's been downloaded and installed, and that's what you're operating from? So you want to keep that in mind. One of the biggest things as a wrestler, the discipline, and now, honestly, I'll share with you now, my life is far more chaotic than it was when I was wrestling. And I guess my life in general too, but my travel schedule. The traveling that I do now is close to what a WWE wrestler probably does. They probably have a little bit more strenuous travel schedule, but my travel schedule, the discipline that I need to have in order to wake up, to send emails, to shoot videos, to film, to edit, to message clients. I'm not building just one business, guys. I have SRT Education Company. So that is the company where I travel and teach these certifications to therapists, physios, massage, trainers, stay-at-home moms. My classes are open to anybody. So that's one company. That's traveling. You know, as I travel, I drive. I drive the U.S. because I take my tables, I take my computer, I take my food, I take my clothes, I take everything that I need because I'm on the road potentially 5, 6, 7, 8 months at a time. It just depends. I might be in one place for 2 or 3 weeks, but I'm back on the road. So the discipline that it takes for me to go to bed, wake up, whether I'm tired or not, get to the gym, get focused, get grounded, set my intentions for the day, see my clients, which is the second business, right? The one-on-one business is I have clientele where I do one-on-one personal healing sessions with SRT and other modalities. So I have clients in Wyoming, in Connecticut, Massachusetts, Texas, Tennessee, Illinois, and Arizona. So I see people in 7 different states, and it depends on my travel schedule, which depends on the SRT travel schedule, where I'm going to be teaching classes, where I'm going to be going, how I'm going to be setting that up. And then I want to reach the masses. I want to share my story. I want to create more awareness for myself as a human being, for myself as a therapist working in my one-on-one sessions. If you find yourself watching one of these videos or on Instagram and you see that I'm in your town, hey, please reach out. But this all takes time. This takes effort. This takes discipline to sit down in between a client. Sit down when you're tired. Sit down when you don't want to do it, whether it's 12 o'clock at night before I go to bed or it's 6 o'clock in the morning right when I wake up before I get to the gym. It's something that has to get done. It's a non-negotiable. So developing discipline is a huge factor that's going to benefit you positively in life. Is it hard? Absolutely. Because it's a lifestyle change. It's not a 12-week diet. You don't get discipline for 12 weeks and then you stop, right? Discipline is, again, it's a long-term habitual pattern and routine to help set you up and continue moving you up the mountain towards the right path in the best direction that works for you. So when it comes to discipline, we're going to tie that back into healing because we're going to work with healing. Patience, in the last episode, is required for healing. Discipline is also required for healing. Now, you can have patience for something to take a while, but if you don't have the discipline or the willpower to be doing the right things, it doesn't matter how patient you are, it's never going to come to fruition, right? You can be patient and hope that the healing occurs. You can be patient and go to a massage therapist every month and hope, okay, I understand it's going to take time, but how long? How long do I remain patient? Well, it's going to depend on what are you doing on your end. Have you changed your diet? Have you changed your habits? Have you done lifestyle changes? Or are you just looking at this as, hey, this is a 6-month fix and then I'm going to be better? Well, it took you 40 years to get to where you are. We need the discipline to do the right actions that are going to start rewiring the program and take us out of where the last 40 years have brought us. So, discipline and willpower, you need both. They go hand in hand. One is short term in resisting temptations. The other is long-term habits that have been formed over the course of time executing your willpower. So, thanks for watching, guys. I want you to keep that in mind. Use that in your life when you're thinking that you're struggling, when you're wondering or you're wandering in your mind in 1,000 different directions and you can't rein yourself back in. We have to create discipline. This time, I'm going to do this. This time, I'm going to do that. One of the biggest things I give my clients is put it in your schedule. Write it down. Put it in your calendar. Oh, I got to look up this when I get home. No. Put it in your phone. You get home at 5 o'clock. Put it in your phone for 5:30. You've settled in. Okay, alarm goes off. Oh, look up this. The discipline. So willpower, discipline, habits, create them. They will help you. You will feel better. Life will be better. And you can thank me later.